stuff. So you got a fight coming up here just a few weeks away now, September 20th. How's training been coming along for this one, bro?
It's been good. Now everything is concluded. The sole focus is on losing the last kilos and yeah, getting everything mentally prepared, keeping the reflexes active, and then ready to bang.
Ooh, cannot wait for it. You just fought Shem Rock in your last fight. Incredibly, incredibly talented fighter. Split decision in that one. I imagine you're hungry to get back in there and show and prove what you got, right?
Obviously, I mean, this was now I had like enough fight preparation, like solid. I got like solid 8 weeks to prepare for a fight compared to my last bout, which was like a very, very short notice. Still a fun scrap though, but yeah, I'm even more hungry than ever, and yeah, very excited.
Man, I cannot wait. And what I really do love about you is that you offer training and master classes online. Like if someone is coming up in MMA and wants to learn footwork or calf kicks or any master class, you do online coaching and online seminars. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I built an online platform to teach mixed martial arts for people who don't have access to like high level MMA gyms. You know, and there's plenty of people who are hungry to learn martial arts, but they just don't have the opportunities. And as I cannot be everywhere at the same time, but um, I really love to share my knowledge, and I'm very transparent in like in the techniques that I teach. You know, I don't keep any secrets or anything because in the end you have to put in the work.
Mm.
And yeah, I really love to share my knowledge, and this is like a way to make the sport more accessible for people.
Well, and learning online, like Dricus Duplessis said he learned from magazine instructionals, and Ilya Taporia said that he learned from YouTube videos watching Canelo. Like a fighter can learn online, like they don't necessarily need a gym, right?
Obviously, the thing is, there is the missing piece is it's not information. Information is widely available, right? We're like flooded with techniques and fight footage and everything.
Mm,
The missing piece is a structured program.
mm,
You need to be able to structure it. And if you lack experience, you don't know how to plan your training in such a way where you can acquire knowledge, where you can acquire skills, because you might often overlook things. And that's usually where a coach is coming in place, where he is giving you like bite-sized exercises, information that you need to drill in order to acquire those skills. That's why we have coaches, right?
mm.
And usually when I look at online instructionals, I see like many even like big names, but they only share the information, they only show the technique, but they do not show you how to learn that technique.
Mm.
And that's where my online platform comes into play, because I show people how to actually practice those things, how to acquire those things, where they just need to like shut their brain off and just like follow the instructions, and they're automatically getting better. That's like my approach.
Man, I think that's a fantastic philosophy, and I'm going to put the link down below. So, what levels are you kind of looking for? Is this someone's first amateur fight, just getting into the sport, fighting for a title? Like, what kind of levels would be best signing up for this?
And funnily enough, it is for all levels. Like it is suitable because the program is designed in such a way that you can be an absolute beginner who doesn't know how to move, but also a lot of my students are like I also have lots of professional fighters who are enrolled into my programs, and also
Mm.
coaches who teach to their students, and who are like looking for some kind of curriculum that they can teach their students. So I have like all levels of yeah, students in my program.
Man, absolutely awesome. Links will be down below for everybody. So let's go. Take me back to the very beginning. When did you first get into MMA? Who were you watching on TV? What was the inspiration behind getting into the sport?
All right, look, I was always fascinated with fighting. Like even as a child, I would I would watch like Muay Thai fights, and I would tell my parents, "Hey, when I'm older, I'm gonna fight Muay Thai." Back then, I didn't know about MMA, so like just talking about Muay Thai. But when I was like when I was a teenager, I was like 15 or something like that. Some guy showed me a highlight video of
Oh
Pride
yeah.
FC. You see Fedor and Wanderlei Silva soccer kicking each other, and I was so fascinated by that. And I just told my friend, "Hey, I'm gonna do this." And he was like, "You skinny little brat, no way you're gonna be like in the cage or like in the ring, fighting people like this. You don't even like you're too frail. Before I started, I was like very skinny, and I told him, no, like I'm gonna do this. And like immediately, I looked for like gyms. I told him, I asked him, "Hey, what kind of sport is this?" He told me it's mixed martial arts. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I looked around and I found an MMA gym. I just enrolled and just started. And
Mhm.
since then I didn't stop.
Dude, yeah, same, man. I watched like Pride FC highlight videos on YouTube. Then I went out and got the DVDs, but it was life changing. And I think one important thing from that era was how accessible it was. Like you and I could just go on YouTube and watch hours of K1 and Pride and Muay Thai and stuff like that. And I think the UFC has kind of locked down their content, but Octagon's content is wide open. You can watch all of their fights on YouTube, and that makes a massive difference for just being able to watch it, right?
It is. The sport is becoming more and more accessible. Even among before it was like fight fans. Now amongst casuals, you see teenagers like in elementary schools they're talking about Octagon. So it's
Yeah.
it's really it's really nice to see the sport is growing. People on the street they notice you. Hey, you're a fighter. Oh, do you also fight in Octagon? Do you fight in here and there? It's nice. It's nice.
Dude, Octagon has just exploded over the last 3 years for Octagon. Like they are like entering their golden age right now. It's insane how good they've done.
Yeah, it is actually it is very impressive how they approach this, and I think they had a unique approach. They put emphasis on every athlete. Like even if you're like fighting in the undercard, they give you a platform to represent yourself to become a more transparent fighter. I remember when I fought in Bellator,
Mhm.
it was very different. Like they didn't give you a chance to promote the fight. You want to do them a good thing, and there was just no. It was not possible. But here, like even after weigh-ins, there's a camera crew coming to you, interviewing you, asking you about your thoughts about it. Like they give you many many opportunities to go viral, basically.
Yeah, whereas Bellator just gave you like 20 tickets and told you go sell these 20 tickets kind of thing,
That's
right?
it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, it's just a different approach, I think, and but I like it because they're also in like they give you some form of leeway
Mhm.
to promote your fight, and basically, how do you call it? Like you throw the ball into their court and they throw it back to you. You know what I mean? Like in
Yep.
that sense.
Oh yeah, no, they everything like we've talked about, even like from the PR side, they're always yes and like they're very good at like you want to do that. Okay, well, this and like I think they've been absolutely awesome to work with. But now, so your fights are on YouTube. You came up watching fights online. There might be some young people, elementary school students out there watching your fights in that same way. What advice would you pass on to these young people who are maybe thinking about looking at getting into the sport?
My advice for young people who want to get into the sport is to basically just start and try to set up a structure, just like get involved into the sport and try to set up a routine. I mean that's the key for anything. You need some kind of structure, but for that to materialize, you just need to take the first step. You need to find a gym near your place. Can be any gym, doesn't have to be a dedicated mixed martial arts gym. Can be a boxing gym, a wrestling gym, or anything. You know, just start and get comfortable with this gym environment. find some friends over there. Just be comfortable with showing up to practice, and then you will reap the benefits anyway. You'll become more athletic, more disciplined, and you will learn to set a schedule for yourself, and this will translate into every area in your life. Even in school, your grades are going to get better because you're more organized. you know just like, if you have that little spark, if you find that little spark, just follow that, and who knows, one day you might be also on the big stages.
Man, absolutely awesome. All right, fight upcoming September 20th. Last question for you. What is the secret to good hair and beard care?
Oh, the secret. Honestly, I don't have any beauty routine or anything. Nowadays you see lots of guys, they use like beard oils and some like various products. For me, it's just maybe genetics or nutrition. I don't know.
No, I know. I would love to tell people like it's this, it's X, Y, and Z. Just do this. I think it's just luck. It's genetics, man.
Yeah, probably.
All right, last word goes to you. Talk us on out of here. Thank who you need to thank. Shout out who you need to shout out. And fight is upcoming just a few weeks away. We're looking at Octagon 76 on September the 20th, sir.
Yes, guys, be prepared for a master class of a performance. I'm going to make this fight look like art. And big shout out to my team, Spitfire Gym in Berlin. It's Europe's biggest MMA gym. I've been preparing well. These guys made me ready for this bout, and I'm really, really excited to show you guys a great, great battle.
Cannot wait. Links will be down below. And thank
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.